I'm Pasuth Thothaveesansuk, and I study the Global Cold War.
My name is Marlon Londoño, and I do military history of the 20th century.
My name is Kylie Broderick, and I study the Middle East in the 20th century, particularly with a focus on Levantine states.
My name is Javier Etchegaray, and I'm an international student. My focus being 19th century southern Chile.
My name is Cavender Sutton. I study American military history with an emphasis in advisory missions post-1945.
As a kid, history was always my favorite class, and I think that's because most of us are interested in learning about where we came from. My questions, the things that I'm interested in asking about, always run headlong into history as a discipline. I literally cannot get away from it, even if I tried to.
About 9 years ago, I was a young, terrified Marine in Afghanistan, and not a lot to do between patrols and filling sandbags and standing posts. So I read a lot, and I swear every Marine infantry officer was a history major. So there's just stacks of history books everywhere, and it fascinated me.
My third year of college, I had a chance to work with my undergrad advisor at UVA, Kirill Konakovich. We curated an East German living room out of junk kitsch that we bought out of eBay. And out of eBay, we got this accidental archive that included identification documents, postcards, financial reports, and things like that. And that gave me my first hand at doing history, and it just really stuck with me.
That moment when you discover something that's new to you. It might not even be new, totally groundbreaking research, but if it's something that I've never heard of before, and it just is something that I find super fascinating, that moment when you're doing personal trailblazing, that's something that I think is really hard to get anywhere else.
I really enjoy going into historical documents and finding moments of hubris, humor, and emotion, because oftentimes we see historical subjects as very composed, very rational, very calculated, and it's interesting to just kind of have that perspective.
Aside from the really exquisite mentorship and the resources that UNC offers in the consortium, the student body here is really, really vibrant. Everybody has really interesting research interests and are doing it in really cool ways. And I'm excited to be a part of that.
I'm in sort of a niche, subfield, and I really wanted a department that had, that devoted a considerable amount of time, focus, and resources to specifically the field of military history, and I wanted to be a part of that community.
I hope to teach history at the college level, but beyond the academy, I'm also interested in exploring jobs in public history.
Eventually, I would like to be a professor in some capacity. I would also like to be involved in public pedagogy efforts.
I've always had the idea of creating and implementing a sort of outdoor education curriculum in southern Chile that you could, teach to high school students, middle schoolers, university students. It's always been on my mind, and I hope I can learn tools here to be able to implement that one day.
People don't understand history by and large. It gets misrepresented, it gets used as a political tool to prove a partisan point, and history doesn't work like that. To contextualize it and to be a responsible historian is to take those complexities, the human side of it, into consideration.
It's no secret right now that we live in a very polarized society. I truly believe that part of understanding why things are divisive the way they are and how things got to be this way can be better understood by finding a better link with the past. Finding those links, understanding the chain of events that led us to where we are will go a long way with helping us improve the world around us.